Welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. In this video we're going to look at the VE Commodore key. I believe this is off the sports wagon because it only has 2 buttons, but what we're going to do is we're going to go through and replace that remote control battery. So to get it apart, here it is here. You got 2 buttons on the front and 1 button on down the back for the horn. You can also have a 3rd button, very common as well. And it's not a flick key. The blade's just hanging out there, so it's just a full-size key. If you're having troubles, it's a good idea to replace the battery. So I'm going to pull it apart, show you how to do it, and show you what battery is going to be needed. So to do this, I'm just going to be using 2 screwdrivers, a flat blade and a slightly bigger flat blade. These are one of the tighter remotes that I've ever worked on, so try and do this kind of gently. So I can see now as I rotate it, there's a little tiny indentation there, and we're just going to use that with a little screwdriver just to give it a bit of a shift. Now the way this comes apart is that this top section will push up. Using my small flat blade screwdriver, I can just give a little twist in there, little twist. I don't want to do too much damage to the surface. As you can see, if you're not down deep enough, you will leave a few little marks. From there, we can just actually wiggle it and pull it off. I believe the transponder is located in that section there, so just be careful on that side. You don't want to destroy that. It's a little carbon transponder. Now we have the remote control in our hands. There's one little hole right here. And I did notice on a couple of these that when you actually pop this case, it's extremely tight, and you don't want to damage any of the clips that hold it together. So I'll show you the way I do it. If somebody's got a better method, you can leave it in the comments. I put a flat blade in there, I give a little twist until I can see the case slightly separating. From there, I can put a little flat blade screwdriver in there and just work my way around slowly by slowly lifting it up. Around the front section. You don't want to jab too hard in here because there are electronics, and the clips that hold all this together are very small. Plus there's also some sort of rubber in there, as I'll show you in a minute, so you don't want to really disturb anything. Use my bigger screwdriver now just for a bit more prizing action. Okay, now it can come apart. So there's the front, there's the rubber section I was telling you about. Goes in just like that. There's our remote control. Carefully remove that. That goes there. And here's our battery here. So if you are having trouble, start with the battery first of all, replace the battery, and that might be the cause of your problem. So this one's a Maxell 2032, which is a very common battery. Doesn't say lithium or anything, but it does say Maxell CR 2032 H3 volt. And once again, the plus sign is on the top, and it's indicated here that the plus sign is going, you marry the 2 up. When the battery is in place, it sits basically like that. So the bottom touches the circuit board and the outer edge touches this little connection on here on the side. Okay, so let's put it back together now. So we put our battery in there, that's fine. We put the circuit board on top. There's a little notch taken out on the side here and then a couple of little circles. So and there's also 1 button at the back, that horn button. So we line that up best we can. Make sure it's centered as best we can. Put the, I guess, raincoat or jacket over the top. And just kind of line it all up, just feel it into position, make sure it's all squished down nicely, everything's centered, everything's squared. Then we come through with this part here, and looking at it, doesn't look like there's been any damage or any problem with the clips, but pulling it apart, if you're not careful, can reduce its hold together strength. Now I've lined up one side here, as you can see, and I'm going to have to come over this side and push quite hard to get it back together. There we go. Yeah, look at that. So that's it back together. It's good there. Try my buttons. Yes, yes, yes. I can hear the little clicks when you push them. Then we come back and we slide this key blade over the top, making sure everything's square, and just squeeze back together. Nice click back together. So that's a Holden VE. It's most likely used on a few of the other ranges as well. So if you do have a key like this or a remote and it's playing up, swap the battery out, use the best battery you can find. It's worth paying the extra $5 to get the best battery you can find. Replace it and see if your remote control gets better range and if it starts working better. If you've got any other comments, please leave them down below. If anything, different cars that have this key as well, please leave it down below. In different countries, they do have different variations of it, and they call it different brands, but it's actually the same car, just branded differently. So if you're using this type of key, leave it down below, because it's always good to cross-reference, and it's good for other locksmiths to be able to say, oh, that's the same as the Vauxhall, or it's the same as the Chevrolet. So it's always good information. Okay, thanks for watching.